Welcome to Compassion. Can you sanitize your hands for us, please?
The motto goes, help when it is needed, where it is needed. And honestly, that's what we do best. So food and clothing and basic necessities, yes, that's the magnet that gets people in when they're in need. They walk into our space. This place looks very different than pre-COVID.
They're open to clients Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 till 2.
Every time we're open, there's a service, community outreach service that's sitting in here, be it housing, mental health, employment, vocational training, a lawyer for your tenant woes, landlord-tenant woes, you name it, we have it. We did not recreate the wheel, but when a person hits on hard times, it's really difficult for them to navigate the system because surviving is their immediate goal, be it food, especially if they have kids to provide for or a senior that needs assistance. So they will come to us for food, clothing, and all kinds of supports. 10 programs a year that we run.
Programs are thematic, like brand new board games for Family Day or jammies for families. Compassion Society is funded through donations from members of the community and support from Rotary Clubs, the Lions Club, and Knights of Columbus. They also have corporate sponsors who like that the Compassion Society is inclusive for all Halton residents.
We can care less if you're pink or blue or you're from Timbuktu or you have a religion, you walk in here, you're a community member in Halton anywhere, we will help you. So I think that sits well with the corporate sector and we have been very blessed.
At the outset of the pandemic, they helped their vulnerable and senior clients connect with other services who delivered.
We lost about 40% of our client base because those were people who shouldn't be lining up and shouldn't be coming out of their home with all these restrictions. But we've had another 35% surge in numbers, and these are young families, people who've lost jobs, people who are, were in precarious employment situations anyway, and now, are having a tough time paying their bills. A lot of young moms, and surprisingly, a lot of young men from correctional centers. I think if I counted them, we've had like about 12, 13 young men between the ages of 18 and 26 years old in the last 2 months, mostly homeless or in a very uncertain situation of housing that have come in. So that's really saddening, and we're trying to see how else we can support them. So in addition to all the help that we are doing here, some of them don't even have the luxury of storing food if we give it to them.
Some people still don't believe that Halton needs to address poverty.
These are not people doing this out of pleasure. I mean, I wouldn't be standing in line for 3 hours in minus 40 degrees. I would do that only if I had kids to feed and I could gulp down my ego. It's very difficult for people also to walk into this space because, it's hard. For a lot of people with a lot of self-respect, it's hard. And that's why we try to create a space which is not judgmental, it's free of all judgment. You can walk in, there will be volunteers who actually know you personally. They would know that your kid needs a high protein diet or your husband who's terminally ill needs, has specific needs, that sort of thing.
The pandemic forced them to remove their donation bins from around the city.
Well, we're open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9:30 to 11:30 on location at 484 Plains Road East, unit number 14. They can drop off their donations anytime between 9:30 and 11:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We've had food items, anything that is sealed, not opened. We'll take seasonal clothing, footwear, bedding, comforters, toiletries, hygiene items, anything that you would have to donate. We'll be gratefully accepting them. We know that we will not make an impact on the 100 people who walk here out of 100 because they will always have needs. Yes, we will look after their basic needs, but from those 100, if even 10 to 15, we're able to help them put their life back on track, whether it is mental health support, it's employment, it's finding the right subsidized housing, or a young mom wanting to put a kid in daycare and wanting to go finish her college degree. That's what we'll do. So, I think that has a big impact. When you're overwhelmed with life struggles, we are there to, support you. So that's what Compassion does.
Reporting for Halton News, I'm Nikki Wesley.